What's up, guys, and welcome back to CNF Films and Animation. I'm Alan.
I'm Corey.
Well, we're starting on the live action portion of the Scooby-Doo franchise.
Yep. And so we're going to start off with the two Hollywood Scooby-Doo movies. Scooby-Doo from 2002 and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, which was released in 2004.
Scooby-Doo was released in 2002. Starts out like several of the animated movies. They're already in the middle of a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And well, they capture the bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
and it is revealed that they're famous.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, why not? They've been doing it for years. Well, maybe they'd be famous.
Yeah.
And 30 seconds later, they've broken up and have gone their separate ways.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And so they all get these letters to go to this place called Spooky Island, and there they meet up again after being away for a year, 2 years, something like that. And you know, they still are a little bitter about some things, especially Velma with a couple of the other gang members.
Yes. Scooby and Shaggy just want the gang back together, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And so there they come across Rowan Atkinson. He plays the owner of this resort, island, extravaganza, spa place, I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a resort. It's a spooky theme with monster-ish stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that something's happening to the teens who come here. They're changing.
Yeah. They're pretty much becoming soulless zombies in a way. Like, they just have no personality. They're super. They have like super strength. Some of them do, and really they just kind of stand around and do nothing.
And they talk in the fake 90s accent. Not even that. Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm Snitsudo. Heidi.
Yeah.
It makes no freaking sense. Was that even popular? Really? I know they always make fun of that time period with stuff like that, but was that ever actually a thing?
I don't know. But anyway, there they come across this mystery of basically these creatures that are poorly done in CGI.
Yeah, well, Scooby-Doo himself is poorly done in CGI in this.
True enough.
He's better than the monsters, but not by much.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, they pretty much are just chasing the gang around, not really doing anything, but they explode in sunlight, pretty much.
Yeah. And they're using the bodies of the teenagers to house them so they don't explode in sunlight.
Mm-hmm. And from there, you know, there's a bunch of stuff throughout. Basically, the souls of people are being held in this giant well-like thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo's soul.
Who is a pure soul.
Apparently.
It's never fully explained. I would think his soul would be corrupted with greed over food. If any of them... I'm surprised they haven't done it like the pure soul of all of them. Wouldn't it technically be Velma?
Yeah, well,
if you think about it.
Yeah, but we don't know her secret life.
This is true. It's speculated, and there's thousands of fan fictions out there. But I'm just saying, from what we know about the show and what we've seen about the movies.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just saying. But, whatever, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this movie. And it's up to Scooby and the gang to stop this invasion of these monsters.
Yeah, basically. Honestly, guys, this movie, I saw it in theaters back when it first released.
Way back when?
Way back when. Over 10 years ago now.
Oh, yeah.
And I really liked it as a kid. You know, it had me laughing. I really liked the chemistry between Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. I want to say that Matthew Lillard plays Shaggy, and he does a great job.
Yeah, he does. He's been even we haven't mentioned it at all. We should have, but we didn't. He's been voicing Shaggy in the animated movies for
at least 4 or 5 movies back.
Long before that. I'm going to say the last 6 movies. Maybe 5. Maybe 5. I don't know. But he's been doing a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, he really does have the voice and the persona down. He does a great job in both of these movies plus the animated shows. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Daphne. Linda Cardellini plays Velma, and Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred.
Yeah, that's a big stretch there, ain't it? Which I don't think that's a very good fit for Fred.
No. Yeah, of all of the cast members, I would say that the Freddie Prinze Jr. just does not make a good Fred.
He's made the character more of a playboy, I'd almost say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not. It's not really Fred. The rest of them, they're pretty close, I think.
Yeah. You know, this movie, CGI isn't very good.
Oh no, it is terrible.
The villain that's revealed is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and his reason isn't really explained.
Yeah.
It's revenge, but I guess it thought that was obvious, so it doesn't say it. And I guess, with the help of Clifford here, I'll show how much Scooby-Doo really mattered to the plot. Go get him, boy! That's about it. Scooby-Doo, he is the sacrifice. Scooby-Doo is the sacrifice. He does some little things here and there, but when it finally comes down to the main thing, let's see, it kind of does a spin, role reversal. Velma and Fred, who normally set the trap, are kind of the bait from what actually happens.
Yeah.
Daphne sets the trap. Pulls the trap. She sets the trap off. There we go. Shaggy defeats the bad guy, and then Scooby finishes him off. While that was, I guess, a little neat, overall it's very lackluster. For most of the part, it almost seems a parody of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's like you told 4 actors that, okay, this is what you're going to do, Scooby-Doo, but they've never seen it, and they're just going off of what they're told. Yeah, a lot of the gags don't work. They didn't care for the farting humor.
Yeah, there's a lot of poop humor, I guess. I mean, Scrappy-Doo has an appearance in the middle of the movie, and
He pees on Daphne.
Yeah. Shaggy and Scooby have a burping and farting contest,
which Shaggy can't stop after he gets into it.
It's filled with childish humor, and it's not really that funny.
No.
Really, it's a pass.
Yeah.
What would you give this one?
The first viewing, years ago when it was new, I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I will admit that. Now, it's bad. The humor doesn't work. It alienates itself from the fans of it. I don't know. A 3.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, I'll probably go with a 4. I mean, it's a bad movie, but it's not one that is the worst thing I've ever seen or anything.
No.
It did not piss me off like Stage Fright did.
Yeah.
Or even Mask of the Blue Falcon. And, I mean, there are some jokes that do work. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's like one, maybe two. But there was a couple times I did chuckle.
Yeah, it's more of a chuckle. It's not really, that's the funniest thing ever. It's none of that.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. So, let's move on to Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. So, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed follows Scooby and the gang. They're just kind of doing their thing. They're still famous. They're
at the premiere of a museum which is housing a bunch of their villains.
Yeah.
Costumes, that is.
Yep. And the main villain of the movie shows up and releases one of the costume villains from their past.
The pterodactyl ghost.
Yeah. Which causes mayhem and escapes.
Yes. Which makes them look like fools to the media. And the Scooby Gang have to not only find out who is behind this mystery, but they also must clear their name.
Mm-hmm.
And along the way, it turns out that something is making the costumes into real monsters.
Yeah. And so, pretty much, it's up to Scooby and the gang to, figure out what the mystery is and to, see who's behind the plot. Honestly, this one was less interesting than the first.
I can see it. I think they did make strides better than the first one.
Yeah.
On certain areas. The humor's still not fully there. The characters are a little better this time.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Prinze Jr. I didn't think was too over the top of attempting to be a player or something. I don't know. Like he was in the first one. It's
Mm-hmm.
not too bad. They did try loosely to have like each one of the gang. They have to overcome their own personal obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
And they set it up, especially at the end, they set it up really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final, where it's supposed to conclude and they kind of grow on it, they screw it all up. And it falls flat.
Yeah.
But it did attempt to. And it had started.
Yeah.
It just didn't follow through with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you there. It attempted to do it, it just didn't follow through and do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
But, this movie, it was, in some aspects, it was better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
In some aspects, it was worse. The animation at times was better. I thought Scooby-Doo looked a little better than he did in the first one.
Throughout this one, I thought Scooby looked much better.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the monsters, not so much.
Yeah. Some of them looked really weird, and not in the good way. Some of them didn't really even resemble the actual creature.
Yeah.
Or,
Such as
villain.
Minor 49er, they had him a little too fat and they showed a little too much of his face.
The zombie, I thought, looked way too weird. Like, you could tell it was the zombie, but it was too much like a Halloween mask or something.
Yeah, the animation didn't work. I did think the tar monster was neat, but his animation was funky too.
Yeah. And so was the voltage.
1,000-volt ghost?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. I never remembered him talking in the cartoon, but okay.
Probably didn't.
No, neither did the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Well. Humor doesn't really work in a lot of areas. bringing the monsters to life, and they're all famous. Some of the more famous monsters from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
That is neat. Some people might call it corny, but I did think that was neat. It was being true to itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's showing some of its famous stuff to try to get back the original fans.
Yeah. They tried. It didn't necessarily fully work, but they tried. I like this one about as much as the first one. You know, it had its moments, but for the most part, it just wasn't that great.
Yeah. This one's pretty much a pass, unless you really want to see it, and I don't see why. So what would you give this one?
4 out of 10.
I think I'm going to go a 4.2 out of 10.
Okay.
I did like this one more than the first. It did try harder. It tried to make a more relatable ending, more of one that really tells the audience something.
Mm-hmm.
It did screw that up royally, but it did try. Trying's half the battle. You still failed, but yeah. So guys, have you seen Scooby-Doo or Scooby-Doo 2?
If you have, what'd you think of them? Did you like them? Did you dislike them? Did you see them in theaters? Did you grow up with them? You know, anything at all, comment below, let us know. We would love to hear your feedback.
If you liked this video, be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and be sure to check out our other videos.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you have any movie suggestions or TV suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as always, I'm Corey.
I'm Alan.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys later.